So let's finish up with the requests and accepting system in our groups. So last time I was doing the accepting and decline, what I missed here was that once we accepted a group member, the row section was empty. This row column was empty. And that's because we missed something inside our code that I need to actually check on. So let's go to our classes and let's look at the group class here. So obviously we will need to remove this evaluate class because we are not going to be using it at all. So what we can do is, because there's create group here, we can simply remove this evaluate function. We don't actually need it. So here we have create group. Okay, so that is good. Everything works there, but when we say join group here, is it join group? No, it's not. It's in the accept request right there. So once we accept the request, there's this variable here called row, which we have not declared. So I will copy that row here and just do a and paste it here just to create the variable itself. Now we have to put a value here that is the default when we accept somebody new, and the default is member, because we don't want to give privileges like admin to people who have just joined. So we'll put that row as member and we'll leave it there. So now we'll have a good system when that occurs. And then the other thing is, if I come back here, I need to be able as the admin to see how many requests are actually here before I even click on the request, because there could be new requests and I will definitely not know. So it would be nice if while I'm just on the page here, I can see some requests in a number format there. Okay. So now in order to do that, all we have to do is use the same query that we are using when we open the requests here. So that would be easy peasy. And let's go back here and see how we can do that. So if I come here to group content requests right there. So if you notice here, first of all, the access level is moderator, because we want moderators to be able to accept requests. So once we get that, and then we say get requests. So these are the two things we need, and we're using the group class here and then group data. Okay, so this is all good here. So what I will do is just copy these two things. I just need this and that, but I'll copy this because I don't want to select just those. Actually, maybe that is possible if I do this and then hold down Control and do that. Oh yeah, actually it is possible. So I'll copy that, and let's go now to group.php, because remember that group.php is the one that contains this menu right there. So group.php, and let's go down. Actually, I don't need that if statement, because the group link itself only appears, the requests only appears in this if statement, so it's already there. But nevertheless, let me paste what I have copied, and I remove the if statement because this is simply a repeat. And then I will come back here and add some more PHP tags over here. PHP. And then of course I will close those tags like so. All right, so here we are getting the requests and then requesting them using group requests. That is fine. So what I want here is not the requests themselves. I just want to know how many they are. So I will use count in this situation. So I'm going to say requests underscore count. We do that is equal to, we can just say count right here. We'll count the result like that. Yes, count. And then what we will do now is we'll use this requests count and put it in the brackets over here. So I will put a bracket over here, open PHP tags. I just need the equal sign actually. I will do that and close that, put the bracket. So let's see if we get what we want over here. And as you can see, we see requests in brackets, there is number 1. But we need to only see the 1 at the end if there is actually a request and not when there is 0. So if we do this, if the answer is 0, we'll still see a 0 in here, but I don't really want to do that. So what I will do is cut this part out. And then right here, I will say requests, maybe string like that is equal to, let's put an empty string first. And then I'm going to say if count request count. Yeah. So I'm asking myself if this one is greater than 0. And if it is, what do? We change request string is equal to, and then I will paste that in there. Okay, cancel that. So I don't need these PHP tags here, so I will remove them. Just put and concatenate like that. Remove that, replace with a dot, concatenate. And then now I can get my request string and put that here instead. So I will put my PHP tags like this. Pretty good. So let's come back here and see what we've got. Okay, so count parameter must be an array or an object that implements countable. Warning on line 303. So let's see what scene we have committed here on line 303. So now here it's saying this must be an array. So the thing is, it's not an array because I've already used count on it, so it's actually an integer. So let me just remove the count here. It was completely unnecessary like that. So there we go. So I will refresh and there we go. I have that one request. And now if I click accept here to accept this user, I'll click accept. And we will now see that we have problems because it's saying count parameter must be an array, line 301. So let's come back here and see what is up. 301. Okay, so because when this is not available, when it returns false, you can't use count on false. So let's remove that and let's put that here. So I remove the other bracket as well, put it there. Okay, so that we get the array and then we count it here, but we can only count if this is an array. So what we would do is I'll copy that and put the question is array like that, and then we will say and. So if it's an array and count is greater than 0, then we do all this. If it's not an array, then something else. Actually, we just need to check is array, because once it's an array, we know it's got something in there. So why make the computer suffer some more? So let's just remove the count. Wait a minute. Now we still need to use count. So what I will do is I will drag count here because we still need the number over there. So I will put a bracket over here like this. Okay, so count this creates a number, and then we have our brackets. But then we can remove this and here. And now if I refresh, I shouldn't get any errors at all, which is exactly what I see. Very good. Now what we need is to click on members and actually see some members, right? So here what I will do is I will come back to my group class here, but before that, let's go to the list of files here in group request content. So this is kind of what we need. So what I will do is I will copy everything in group content requests, then make sure I create a new file. So inside the folder, main folder, new file, paste, save. I will save this file as group underscore content underscore members .php, because now we need to see some actual members. Yeah, so come back here and refresh the page. The errors should disappear, but it's saying no requests found. Of course we want you do not have access to this content, no requests found, no members. So we're just going to say this group has no members, like that. I don't know why we need to exclaim every time, so I'll remove the exclamation point and refresh. Okay, so this group has no members, but this is not true technically. So let's come back here and see why. And that's because we are getting the requests. So let's change this to get members, shall we? Yes, get members. And that should work, isn't it? Now, when we get members, we have to get the user.php. However, before we do that, let's actually create this method inside our group class. So let's come back here to group class, and this same one that gets the requests is good enough to be converted to get members. So I will duplicate that again, and then let's change it. Public function get members. So get members like this, group ID. So everything is looking good. Now select all from group members, not requests, of course, where the group ID is equal to group ID and disabled is equal to 0. So that seems about right, and that's all we should do. So if at this point I refresh, I should see a member. But the thing is, because we're using the accept decline thing, that's why we are seeing those buttons. So we must change our file in content members to use the user.php file like so. Okay, that is very good. Now we need a way at least to know if this user is an admin or simply just a member. Okay, so this is where we will create a new file instead of this. So what we will do is let's go to user, the file user, where is that? User group requests. So I will simply copy all this and then create a new file and a paste, and this one is going to be user group member .inc for include.php to avoid confusion. So I will do a save as, so I can copy the file name and then go back to group.php. Actually, that's not the, no, group content members right here. So I will paste it right there. Okay, so let's come back here and refresh, and you see it comes back to the accept decline thingy, but it's not exactly the same file. So all we need to do is remove. So we know when they were last online here, and we have a break tag over there, so we can delete all these buttons over here. That way if I refresh, I don't get them. But then now, because of this, I can use this to check for my my state. What exactly am I in this group? So let me come back to group members here. This is where we are including the file, so we can do something here. So for example, we can say group get let me do this here. I will say row, okay, like this row in this case, and then row. Oh, actually, let me get this one at the top here. Let me paste this one here. So I want to get my row, so group get group row, or just get row for simplicity. So of course we'll get the group ID, but we'll also need the user ID, which is in this case where we want to get for the current user. So I'll call comma and put it there. And then this very row we shall use in, so for now, I'll just comment that out and just say row is equal to member. Like this. Okay, get members. Actually, you know what? Instead of us creating a new function here, we can do something a little bit cleverer than this. So let me abandon this project over here for a second, and let's do something different. So